Megyn. I mean, you've been in journalism for a long time. You know a lot of people in journalism. It's kind of a horrible case of kind of spousal abuse where the Bidens keep continuously lying and abusing the media. And you wonder, when are they going to kind of stand up and say, we're tired of this. We're tired of them making us look like fools, lying to us, changing their stories. And we just kind of happily go along. I do feel like it's maybe starting to turn a little bit. And I think part of that is because the New York Times is now proclaimed from on high the laptop is real, even though it's been known for a couple of years. But I also think within the Democratic Party establishment, and let's face it, a lot of these media figures have at least social relationships with people in the Democratic Party establishment. I think there's increasing acceptance of the fact that Joe Biden is weighing down the Democratic Party, weighing down the ticket. He's probably not going to be the guy at the top of the ticket in 2024. And I think there are moves to basically jettison him, to kick him to the side.
You think so?
And that's why I think, yes, I do. I really think you're going to start seeing that. His polling numbers are horrible.
Wait, but let me ask you about it. Okay, because I was asked about this recently by my pal Dan Wooten over on GB News. And there was a think piece about whether this is all really an effort to get rid of him because he's terrible in terms of the polls. Like when 33% approval rating, you don't win re-election at that. Right. But I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that this is an effort by, the Times and the Post to start laying the groundwork to get rid of him because, and I've heard you talk about this too, the pieces were puff pieces for him. It was like, let's break this so we can be on record with a laptop because we know an indictment's coming, but in the gentlest way possible for Joe Biden. And both of them bent over backwards saying no connection to Joe Biden, no benefit to him. This is the loser son. And that's my word. Right. I didn't say that. But, and like you pointed out before, it's tax evasion. So I was like, it doesn't read to me like the beginning of a let's oust Joe Biden campaign. It reads to me like Joe Biden's using the media to distance himself from his son's nefarious dealings because they all know an indictment's likely to come.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly could be right about that. The stories have not been harsh. They've not been critical, but they're starting to actually cover them. I mean, you had the Washington Post run the story on, shocking revelation, the Bidens linked to Chinese energy deal. They ran this a couple of weeks ago, even though the New York Post had run that story in 2020. There starts to be a sort of circling and understanding that there's probably going to be some issues here. And I think a lot of it's going to come down, Megyn, to what happens with this grand jury. I still think one of the great things about our system, and there are many, is the fact that we have a jury of our peers. And there is a group of regular Americans in Delaware who have been hearing all of this material involving Hunter Biden and the Biden family. And we know based on some leaked information that the jurors asked at one point who actually is the big guy in these emails. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this grand jury comes back with. They're going to make a recommendation. And then the prosecutor is going to decide in consultation with the Department of Justice, and we know how political that is. But if the grand jury were to come back and say, we see tax evasion, we see money laundering, we see political corruption, and or we see that he failed to file as a foreign agent, he's doing all of these lobbying-like activities.
That's what they got Manafort on.
Exactly, what they got Manafort on. If the grand jury comes back with that, it's going to be really hard to squeeze that toothpaste back in the tube. Merrick Garland's going to have, I think, a real hard time justifying, copping some deal with Hunter Biden. So we'll see. But I have a lot of faith in our judicial system and with the grit and the common sense of average Americans. And it's going to be interesting to see what this grand jury has to say.
Black Rifle Coffee Company is a veteran-founded company serving premium coffee to people who love America. They develop their explosive roast profiles with the same mission focus learned as military members, serving this great country of ours. And in 2021, Black Rifle Coffee donated over 100,000 bags of coffee. That's over 2.1 million cups to first responders, law enforcement, and active duty military members. So you know that with every purchase you make, Black Rifle is going to give back. Black Rifle Coffee imports high-quality coffee beans from Colombia and Brazil, and they roast them 5 days a week at their facilities in Manchester, Tennessee and Salt Lake City, Utah, which means you get the freshest coffee possible no matter where you live. They've got us covered. The best way to enjoy Black Rifle's freedom-filled coffee is with the Black Rifle Coffee Club, When you join the club, your brew of choice is roasted, packaged, and shipped free to your door on your schedule. Buy it at blackriflecoffee.com. Use the code MK at checkout for 20% off your purchase and your first coffee club order. That's blackriflecoffee.com/MK. Use that code MK. Black Rifle Coffee, America's coffee. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.